if you're new, welcome. I talk all things lifestyle, manifesting, glow ups, girly things in general to be the best version of yourself. So if you're interested in that, keep watching, subscribe down below. You know the gist. Today I'm going to be talking about the mindset shifts that literally changed the way I view life and consequently my life in general, and helped me glow up and become more confident and love myself more and all of that good stuff. The first shift is to understand that whenever you go out in public and feel judged, you're like, oh, they're looking at me, they probably think my hair looks weird, or they probably think I'm too tall, too small, too fat, whatever. This is really a projection of you judging yourself. It's not a gut feeling. It's not, I know that they're looking at me because I know. You never know. It's not real. It's not real from the outside. It's all about what you, like when you think others are judging you, you are really judging yourself. It's coming from within. Because think back to a time where you didn't think anyone was judging you because you were truly confident. You thought you looked great, you were feeling great. You probably didn't think that anyone was judging you. How do you know? We never know. We are not in charge of other people's perceptions, ideas, or judgments about us. We're only in control of what we judge. So if you stop judging yourself, you will stop thinking that the whole world is judging you. The next mindset shift is mostly a thought reroute. It's kind of this fake it till you make it. It does take time, it does take patience. It's every single time a guy doesn't like you or lives you undelivered, or a friend doesn't want to hang out, any single time you feel rejection of any kind by a person, instead of directly thinking, gosh, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? What didn't they like about me? Switch it to, okay, well, what's wrong with them? That's weird, they have weird taste. Like, it's fine, no one likes the same thing all the time, all at once. But it's not about you. The apartment I'm at has great lighting sometimes, and then all of a sudden the sun just like disappears and it's ridiculous. Okay, next. Instead of change the vocabulary of embarrassing in your like mind. Instead of thinking, oh, posting on TikTok would be so embarrassing, or going to talk to this guy and making the first move would be so embarrassing, to brave. Switch that embarrassing fake ass word that doesn't exist, and it's just an idea to get you stuck in your ways and comfortable in a life that maybe wasn't meant for you because you may be meant for more. That's another tangent. Change the embarrassing word to brave. Whenever you think something is embarrassing, change it and say, oh, so then this must be brave. Do I want to be brave? Do I want to go talk to him and be brave and take a chance? Do I want to start this business and be brave and take a chance? Switch the narrative. Like, you are in control of what's embarrassing and what's not. This is another one. Like, imagine that all of a sudden people started telling you that it's embarrassing that you eat breakfast every morning. Would you think it's embarrassing? Would you feel bad about it? Would you change it? No, you'd be like, okay, you're the weird one then. Like, what are you talking about? Embarrassment doesn't come from everyone else. It comes from within. What you think is embarrassing is. What you think isn't. Period. And it's the same thing with failure. Failure isn't real. It's a concept that society created. Failure only exists when you stop trying, when you stop giving, like when you give up. If you fall down 7 times and the 7th time you stay down, then yeah, that's a failure. But if the 7th time you keep getting up, then it wasn't a failure because you're back up again. Do you know what I mean? Like, failure isn't real unless you give up before your time. Successful people all around the world have to have failed to have gotten where they are. The thing is, you need to change the word to failing. Like, they didn't fail, they were learning. They were stepping into whatever it is that they wanted. It was a road, it was a lesson, it was a way to become more resilient. Like, there's just no such thing as failure. As long as you keep on trying and you keep on going and you grow beside the obstacles that life puts within you, then you're not failing. If you keep going, you never fail, never. The other one, when people are actually judging you, and it's not what we talked about before of like you judging yourself and thinking that they're judging you in return, but they're actually like judging you to your face, or there's a rumor going around, or anything of those horrible things that people do in life. Instead of taking it to heart, realize that happy people, successful people, enlightened people don't judge. So why do you care if someone who clearly isn't happy and clearly isn't fulfilled judging you? It's kind of this thing where they tell you not to take advice of someone that isn't where you want to be in life. Where it's the same thing with criticism. Like, why would you listen to a person, advice or criticism, that isn't happy and that isn't successful and that isn't in the place that you want to be in life or in the vibration that you want to be in. Let it roll over your back. Like, happy people do not judge. Someone's judging you, honestly, pity for them. It has nothing to do with you or your worth or where you're going in life. And this is directly tied to another mindset shift, which is, you know, you are the one that makes judgments matter or not matter. And I think Salma Hayek said this. And it's, imagine that you're in your house and some person comes to you and starts yelling at you your biggest insecurities, like everything you're the most insecure about in another language that you don't understand. Will you feel bad about it? No. You won't understand a word they're saying. You'd be like, oh, the light just got better again. Please stay like this. I hope this video isn't ruined by this. But yeah, so they came in screaming in another language at you. You'd be like, what the you'd be like, what is happening? It wouldn't make a difference in you at all, because the power of insults and judgments isn't in the person saying them, it's in the person receiving them. Because this person screaming at you in Italian or Spanish or French or whatever it is saying those things. Like, these things are being thrown into you. This is what this person thinks, but it's not affecting you at all, because it doesn't matter. It does not matter what this person is saying unless you put value in it, or you believe in it, or you start to know the light. I swear to God. This next one is a shift that really, really helps me in my wellness journey and like taking care of my body and what I eat and, you know, exercising more and all that good stuff. And it's literally, imagine that the person you most admired or loved in this world lent you their body for a year. I mean, it could be your mom, your sister, your crush, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, like the person you literally admire the most in this entire world. They lent you their body for a year. You're living in their body for a year. How would you take care of it? You'd probably think like, I would do it so well, I would be so healthy, I would be so careful, I would nourish it, you know? Then why aren't you doing this with yourself? Like, why would you do it for the person you most love when the person you most love and respect should be you always, like just baseline? The next one is really about you being kind to yourself. When you feel yourself being way too hard on yourself, either because you think you're a failure, because as we said, that's not real, but like, you know, anything like that, or you think you're ugly, or something didn't go the way you wanted, or someone rejected you, or anything like that, and you're, you know, having this negative self-talk, oh, it's your fault, you're dumb, you're whatever. Think that you're saying this to a younger person of yourself. This is a trend on TikTok, that you put a baby picture of yourself in your mirror, and I think it's so powerful, because you would never say to the younger version of yourself, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're never going anywhere, because it's untrue. Like, you look at them and you see how far you've come, and even if you haven't accomplished every single one of your dreams in life, you've probably accomplished a good amount of them. Like, you've probably done some pretty good things in your life and had some great memories and had, you know, things to be proud of. So when you think about speaking to yourself like you would your inner child or your younger self, it really becomes so much more easier to be kind and to be graceful and forgiving, because we're all just human. This one is one that I recently discovered, which is honestly a bit too cool for me. Like, I don't do it unless I really need to, because it's like, I don't know, this is sounding weird, but it's whenever you need like self-love or grounding or like motivation to like keep going or be healthy, really anything at all that like, you know, connect to this deep level of like your life and who you are and why you're here, touch your heart and feel your heart beating. I don't know why this for me was such a revelation. Like, when you feel your heart beating every single second, like every second is a beat, you start to feel, and you feel it, it's like life coursing through you, like telling you that you're here for a reason. Like, your heart could literally stop beating at any moment. Like, it's, when you touch it, you feel it. It's so easy. It's just going, like, what's to stop it from not, you know what I mean? And it's just, when I do that, it always makes me want to go out and do things and be brave and live life and take care of myself, because my heart is taking care of me. My whole body takes care of me every single day, so why wouldn't I do the same for it, you know? Okay, this one's a bit more manifesting specific. I have or will have a whole other video on my best manifesting tips, which has either been great or will be great, so stay tuned for that. But for one that I love is, you know, it has to do with the detachment of manifesting, and it's to treat manifesting and like scripting and like asking things of the universe like ordering from a menu, or like ordering a cab, or ordering online shopping. Because when you do these things, you never know how long it will take to arrive. Who knows if the kitchen has an issue, if they did the wrong plate, if the taxi's gonna run into traffic, if it's gonna take you to a route you don't know, if the order is gonna get lost. Like, you never know how it's gonna get here or when it's gonna get here, but you never for 1 second doubt that it will. Never. You know your food's coming. You know that even if the order gets lost, there's a way for it to come back because you paid for it, because it's coming. Same thing with the taxi. If you're going somewhere, it's gonna get you there. So stop doubting when it's about manifestation, when it's about asking things from the universe. Like, ask, understand that it may happen in a weird way, it may happen in a year, it may happen tomorrow, you never know. But live, you know, in peace, knowing that you ordered it. It's coming. Like, there's just no other way. No other way. The next one is easy. It's cringe until you're successful. It's embarrassing until someone tells you yes. And it's, you know, weird until you're the one that's living the dream life and it becomes cool. And this is just to make you understand, it's a bit similar to the embarrassment one. Like, cringe does not exist. Cringe is a word used to stop people from dreaming big and going after dreams so big that other people cannot even fathom them, so they get jealous and they're like, oh, this is so cringe. Cringiness becomes successfulness if you work hard enough. Embarrassing things like stops being embarrassing and start being really cool the minute you become successful. And to become successful, you need to have had that cringe background. So don't let that stop you. And this is also a big one for, like, if you have I'm a big dreamer. So if you're a big dreamer like me, do not listen to people telling you that things aren't possible, because people tell you things are not possible because in their minds, it's not possible for them. In their minds, it's not possible for them to even fathom this dream as big as you already have. But it might just be in the cards for you. When people tell you something is not possible, it's not likely, or they don't like it, or whatever, it's because they're projecting. This is them telling themselves, this will never happen to me. So don't listen to them because it might just be happening to you. Next, we have an analogy of how you look at your life. So you are the director of your own life. Your life is a movie and you're the director, because you're in charge of holding auditions for the people that want to enter your life. You're in charge of, you know, seeing how the plot turns out. If you're not liking something and you can change it, you change it. Like, you're the one that's in control of this whole entire thing. So you're in the director's chair, meaning, you know, people come in, audition for you, you decide to let them in. But sometimes what happens is that people don't want to audition, which is totally fine, you know, out of our control. But instead of saying, you know, you don't want to audition for this project, I wouldn't want you in it, because hello, we step off our director's chair and we run over and audition for them in their director's chair. We're literally stepping out of our role of the main character, of the director of our life, to go audition for someone else's. And that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, hell no, am I gonna leave my set, my life, my director chair to go audition for someone else because they didn't want to audition for me in the first place. Like, there's just no way that's happening. And I think that's just a great mindset shift to, like, realize that you are in power and the things that you can't control as a director shouldn't bother you. Next is, I want you to imagine someone saying really bad things about either the person you most care about, like personality-wise, or your most loved and admired, like celebrity, like physically wise. Like, imagine you're the most amazingly attractive celebrity you can think of. And then imagine someone coming in and telling you, oh, I don't think they're that attractive at all. Would you immediately be like, oh, you're right, they're so ugly, oh my god? No, you'd be like, you have weird taste. Simple, like valid, but simple. And same thing with the loved one. If someone came and told you the loved one is such a horrible person, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, you're right. You'd be like, okay, whatever you say, man, like, it doesn't affect me or this person at all. So why, when someone says something about your personality or your looks, you do believe them? It's just, this one's really insane to me because it's crazy, right? I mean, it's insane. Like, no one has ever liked the same thing all at once at the same time. Like, all of these celebrities that are like the most amazing people, you know, in life, whatever, they have a bunch of people that don't think they're that attractive because everything is type, everything is energy, everything is, you know, personal choice. That doesn't diminish their worth, so why would it diminish yours? Like, you know, when someone doesn't like you, this doesn't mean you're not attractive or smart or amazing or intelligent, or it doesn't mean anything. It just means you're not their type, and that's totally fine and valid and completely aside from your worth and your potential in life. Okay, the next one is for all of us overthinking girlies or peeps that every time after a social interaction of any kind, we're like, oh my god, was I too loud? Was I too quiet? Was I too oversharing? Was I interesting? Was I boring? You know, all those questions that we just torture ourselves with. This is similar to the thought rerouting we talked about before. Instead of asking all of those questions, simply ask this one. Was I authentic? Was I true to myself? Did I say what I wanted to say? Say it in the volume I wanted to say it in? Did I talk about things that I wanted to? Did I shut up when I wanted to? I mean, was I authentic? Like, period. If the answer is yes to that, that is all that matters. Because if someone else did think you were too loud, too boring, too whatever, then they don't like the authentic you, and then why would you like them in return? Do you know what I mean? Like, all you need to do is be authentic and be yourself. That's all that matters. Next is that you need to understand that being loved by you is a privilege. I've heard time and time again, I don't want him to know that I like him because it's so embarrassing. What you're saying is that you think it's embarrassing to be loved by you. Why? Like, why? It's a privilege. This light, I swear to God. It's a privilege to be loved by you. Even, like, think back to people that have liked you in the past. Even if you don't like them back or want anything to do with them, you're never like, I mean, if you're a nice person, you're never like, oh my god, ew, I would never go out with them, they're the worst. You know, I hate this, No, you're like, it's a confidence boost, like, it feels good. Like, you're like, oh, thanks, you know, like, it helps us. It's never ever embarrassing to love someone, to like someone, to be into someone. So stop framing the narrative that way. It's a privilege. Even if they don't want to be with you, that's fine, but it's not embarrassing. Okay, and last but not least, because this light is driving me insane, it's called the water bottle price analogy. And basically, it says that a water bottle can cost $2 at the supermarket, then $5 at the movies, and then $10 at the airport. But the water bottle is exactly the same. Brand, size, flavor, all of it. So what changed? It's not the worth of the water, because that's exactly the same. It's simply the value that collectively society agreed that it was going to be worth in that specific place. So whenever you're feeling undervalued, look around you or look inside, because sometimes the undervaluing comes from here, and switch it, because you could be worth so much more in the right airport. So that's it. There's something going on with my camera, so I'm gonna stop the video right here, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what stood out to you the most or anything like that. Yeah, I love you guys. Have a great day.